I'm the Virgo Queen, here to awaken the divine consciousness. I do Mother Peace Tarot and astrological readings, and this weekly video is for the collective consciousness to look at what is going on in the cosmos so we as a collective can tune in and know how to support each other through this weekly journey. And so for this week, for September 12th through September 18th, we go to the tarot. And when I first look at a reading, I look at the heart of the matter. And the first card is Priestess of Cups. And she is the feminine aspect, the more mature feminine aspect of our emotional world. So when we're looking at the heart of the matter, we're looking at our inner world, because our inner world is how we actually see the outer world. How we experience things is how we're experiencing what's going on within. And so this Priestess of Cups is really about owning those treasures of our emotions, being able to express ourselves through that emotional awareness. And as human beings, one of our most special qualities is the capacity for our emotional depth. And she, the Priestess of Cups, holds that and is the keeper of our emotional world. And since we are moving into a very powerful full moon in Pisces lunar eclipse, this priestess is the empress of Pisces. Pisces rules the water and our emotional world, and what also is kept in the subconscious. So a lot of our subconscious fears and things that have gone on previously before this life are all coming up, because we also have this Chiron that's joining the moon. And so we're looking at these old wounds that need to be released. Basically, this whole week is about releasing our emotions, because when we're able to make room and to empty that cup, we're able to fill it up with more love and more possibilities. Because in the atmosphere, we have the Hierophant, a major arcana, and he's slightly tilted to the right. So the Hierophant is about following a guiding light, a right or wrong source, and can be seen as a guru or something that we look up to. Yet we are learning to hone that for ourselves, because ideally we are our own masters, and when we follow our own guiding light, our higher self, we are able to live more in tune with who we are. Because when we move into that, we go into strength, a major arcana. So our inner world is full of soul evolution, meaning major arcana shows where we are on our soul level of growth. And so having the Hierophant in strength straight in the middle of this heart, it shows that this week is very much about moving more towards our soul, why we are here, and the importance of why we are here. And strength is remembering our magic, remembering that we are connected to everything. And when we have that remembrance and that capacity, we start believing and ruling in the natural ecosystem of our soul, knowing what is a great cause and effect, and knowing how to commune with that and have patience and trust that all that is given can be received, and all that we give will be received in the best capacity that we know how, and trusting the strength of our hearts, and knowing that whatever wounds, whatever dark corners come up for us this week, we're going to remember that it's deepening our magic and deepening to the connection of ourselves. Because truly there is no such thing as fear. Because fear is just those places in us that haven't been talked to and haven't been met and that have been waiting to see the light of our everlasting love. Because in the root we have the Fool. And so with all this big change, we kind of have a stumbling awareness of actually, well, what are we doing? And also this awe, because the Fool is just in this constant awe of life, living moment to moment and knowing that there is so much more than what the ego mind. It doesn't even have a rational idea of what the ego mind is. He's new, he's completely uninhibited, he's moving and is completely amazed with what life is unfolding for him. Yet it's slightly reversed, and it's showing that we're kind of afraid of looking foolish in these next new steps, because in the beginning of a new journey, we don't know which way to go sometimes, and we might stumble and fall and look silly, but the whole point is that we're moving. So just keep moving. Do it slow. Don't try and move too fast, but be aware and simply take each step knowing and trusting that it's guiding you to your true path. Because in the sky, we have 10 of Swords, and sky is our mental plane, what our thoughts are this week. And it's 10, and 10 is a completion number, and also a rebirth, and it's Swords, so our mental. So it's perfect placement in showing that we are letting go of the illusions that we have been caught in. And a lot of times, it's in our mind that we get trapped in believing in something that's not even real, something that isn't even relevant to this life, yet here we are in these suffering mind patterns that now we have so many tools and so many ways to access that, so we can change the way we think, so we can let go of those illusions and be real. Because in the past, we experienced the Hanged One, and the Hanged One is all about karmic cleansing. And last week we had Justice. So again, there was a lot of karmic cleansing that happened last week. Even planetary, there was just so many different aspects, Saturn and Neptune. So Saturn, our soul, and Neptune's our dreams. We basically got a reality check onto what we're doing individually and collectively on how to move forward. So in our self-concept, we have reverse 5 of Swords. And so last week kind of felt like there's a lot of negative energy, because sometimes negative energy happens to move us, to make us fight for something, because we want peace ultimately. We want that love and joy and acceptance, but that negativity comes us or shows us, why we want it. And now this 5 of Swords reverse is showing that we don't really have to fight anymore. That there's nothing that is more powerful than us. Any negativity, any sort of story. And that we're able to release it and avoid that, because we know how to change our thoughts and to be different and to show up for what's really worth loving. And in the hopes and fears, we have Shaman of Swords. So a lot of sword energy, which is really about changing our perspective, changing our mental process. And the Shaman of Swords is just being in ownership of that, speaking your truth and knowing your truth. And if you can't find it, be still and meditate and ask for guidance. Because we can always ask when we ourselves are in doubt. Because in the future, we have reverse 10 of discs. And so again, 10 is a completion, and discs is about the earth plane, the projects, the things that we're creating in our earthly life. And so because it's reversed, there's something that we were trying to push collectively or in a group or in a family setting, trying to make someone change or trying to bring a project to life, but it might have come too soon, and there's kind of a breach of birth, that there was perhaps too much pressure coming from all these different angles, and we didn't know how to stand up for what we wanted. So whatever came from this felt a little bit like pressure to make it happen. And so just try and find time to get back to the root, get back to your intention, to what you're bringing into the world, and seeing if these people are in the same alignment as you. And if they're not, find a new group of people, or change the way you're going about doing the project and working with people, because Jupiter has moved into Libra. And so has Venus. So very much our relationships and how we are expanding is about bringing in those polarities. If we have been the opposite side of something for so long, now we're going to experience the other side of that. And so balancing our own polarity, and then also going out and doing that in our relationships, our partnerships, and the things that we're developing in the world. And so we're going to have a more balanced way of looking at things, but not without first experiencing the extremities. So remember that we're always coming back to balance, and now we actually have the support guiding us and is always there. And again, just simply ask. Because in the house we have 4 of Cups. And so we have been feeling very protective emotionally. And now we're kind of looking out about opening up a little bit. Not this huge grand opening of like, I'm just going to give everything. It's like, okay, now I know what I can give, what I can receive, and I'm going to keep opening more and more. And again, be gentle, be tender, and know that everyone is learning this giving and receiving of our emotions slowly. Because in the outcome, this is going to move us into Ace of Discs. So a gift, a new project, a new life is coming. And it moves us into Temperance. And Temperance is this wild energy of the alchemical force. And this truly is Jupiter in Libra, because it's balancing those polarities and creating something completely different that we've ever imagined. And it's slightly right, so we might be kind of forcing these issues, trying to make it happen before it's really willing to merge. And so just do your own work on what you need to present, what you need to experience energetically and creatively, and see how that can be supported. Ask for guidance in the places that you cannot yourself do, and ask for that support. And that is where the union and the merging will happen, because it's not about doing it by ourselves anymore. That was Jupiter in Virgo, where we had to go in, do our work, and figure it out by ourselves. But now we are more supported than ever. And keep trusting that when you feel like you're doing it by yourself or alone. Know that you're doing your part, and the other part will be clear and will be supported every step of the way. Hope this helps. Have an amazing week. And if you'd like a one-on-one or personal reading, contact me at www.innerdoorways.com. Have a beautiful day.